Howdy, y'all. All right, so we got the 30 cal Airacuda taken apart. And what we went and done was determined we could open up our transfer port, which starts here. This is where the poppet valve is. This is the hammer hits over here and opens it up. We determined we could open that up. We could open this up, which in turn will allow us to do a little bit of work on this. Can't do much with this, but we can get some more of that out of there to get it to flow a little better. So what I've done was this one here, there's this O-ring goes right there. Now, I had a 250 diameter hole in there, and I determined we could get away with 272 and still can get the O-ring back out of there. Still leave a wall for that O-ring to be captured with. Same thing here. The width on this, between these two O-rings here, there's two O-rings that go here. There was enough room to open that up to 272. So we got those open, and then on this, where you have this opening up front, and I forgot what it is. I think it's 272, I believe. Yeah, it's about 274, 75. So basically now you have a hole going straight and then straight up. So I came in on the back side of this right here, underneath here, this corner, basically that corner, and took a little file. Let me get my file out. This little file right here has no teeth on this side, and then it's rounded on this side. And I went in there and massaged that corner off without touching anything else. Just a little bit of handwork, smoothing that corner off. I didn't get crazy with it, but I got it nice and smooth. It's going to help flow. All right, so now one of the other problems I've ran into when taking it apart is this poppet valve. It is actually being extruded in. I hope I can keep this on camera, but this poppet is being extruded into the valve itself. Let's see if I can get a really good close-up of it for you. But see how it's got a lip there on it? Shouldn't have that. That means it's falling down inside of this hole, and that makes it have to have more force to open it up, and that's not good. So we're gonna have to make a new poppet. We're gonna make it a little bit larger, and we're gonna make it at a peak. What we'll do there. So now we got to get that made before we can assemble anything. But now that we have this, we can put this together a little bit. All right, where are we at? There's two little dimples up here on the top side somewhere. Did I go too far? There's two little dimples down here, and you snug these set screws in there. Don't have to be super tight, just snug them up. But now you have that in there. And that thimble has a bridge on it, but we can go in there and massage that out to be the same size as this 272 hole. Get it a little bit of meat out of there. So we'll be doing that next. The next thing I have planned is we got us a little 1/8 inch spacer. We're going to drop in to there so that we'll put a little bit of preload on this spring, on the hammer spring. Because what I have found is that this hammer, when you have the where we at? When you have this in here, it will hit against that somewhere. I forgot how it's working now, but it limits the amount of, so you can't cock it. So if we can get preload on it before we even get this in here, we're better off. All right, so I guess at this point, let me make the new poppet so we can assemble this thing. And I'm going to massage this out. So we'll be right back. All right, and just like that, we made a new poppet. We modified it a little bit though. Obviously we made it bigger diameter, and then we made it shorter. I don't understand why they have it so long. I made it a little shorter. I also didn't drill it in as deep, because they had it way in there, way further than any other poppet I've ever built. But I think it's going to be fine. Actually, by not putting that in there as far, that's going to let it extrude out to this side a little bit further, which should help us if the hammer will open it up, will give us a little bit bigger dwell. So we'll have a little bit more airflow right there. All right, barrel. We got these all cleaned up. Everything's deburred in there. One more around. There we go. That should be it. Let's see. Right there. Now, ouch. Everything's all nice and cleaned up in there. There's those corners in that bridge are nice and squared out now, so nothing to impede the flow of air except for that bridge. So, what else do we have? We have one more thing to do here, and let me get it out. I'll be right back. All right, the last thing that we're going to change is the regulator. This is the regulator out of it. You adjust it by turning this piece right here. All right, we got the 30 back together. That regulator, Whoo! I adjusted it like I thought, and I should have went and looked at my buddy Ian's video. In is down and out is up when you're changing the pressure. I cranked it in and ended up having no pressure coming out the barrel at all. It took me forever to get the air out of the tube so I could take it back apart, because it was bleeding through. Actually, I ended up having to crack the valve, or not the valve, the gauge, to let it bleed off at the tank gauge to get it out of there. Finally got it kind of about where it was. And what I ended up having to do, I was trying to measure it and see how much movement by measurement. That wasn't working. So I took a Sharpie and drew a line on the adjusting screw and the body, and I knew what it was when I took it out. So okay, well, I need to turn it down a little bit because it was over 3,000. It was close to 3,200, almost unregulated at that point. So I moved it literally, you know, you take two lines and you literally moved it that much, you know, put them side by side, and it dropped it down to like 2,400. Take it back apart, moved it up a little bit, put it together. It was at 2,600. Put it back, take it apart, put it back at 2,800. Finally, you know, I think it was a dozen times before I finally got it right. But because one time it went over again and then came back. So, but just to show y'all, we've got 3,500 in it, and it's creeped up a little bit since I filled it up a while ago. It's showing about 2,900. It's regulated at 28, so the regulator's got some creep to it. So let's see what it does. That's pretty close to what I wanted. I'm shooting for 100, or actually just slightly under 100. 61.5 grains at 850 puts you at 98. So we're right in there where I want to be. Basically, we picked up 117 there.
810. 823.
Yeah, that's the number I'm looking for right there. 825.
818.
All right, we're in there, right in where I want it to be. So we got it hot rodded. Yeah. We're not going to shoot pellets in it right now. We'll do that later. Just wanted to see what it's going to do with these cast bullets. Cast 61.5 grain hollow point bullets. So I'm happy with it. We might do a little tweaking here and there on it still, but we already got the moderator in progress, so we'll be attaching the moderator to the end of it. Let's see what we ended up with. 5 shots. We're at 28. No, 3,000 psi, so we still got a couple more shots. I was hoping to get what I wanted on feet per second, and get at least one magazine per, and that's 5 shots, and this is a 7-shot magazine, so we did all right. I'm happy with it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all learned something. Thanks for watching, everybody.